NFL from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hands up, Lee! Mike 54! Right here. Check. Hands up!
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
44. 24. Here you go. Small.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Dalton here from the gun. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
54 is Mike. Hey, exit. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Hey. 2-by-2. Move. Stop.
On second and 2, Dalton. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Watch the slant. Hey, check mark.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Cameron Hayward make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Hey, Haywood. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. I want that.
From the gun, Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
He's got the first down inside the 10. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now Roethlisberger. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play, and it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy, so that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's complete to Watt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Steelers.
Set! Black 20! 56! Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl! Black and turn!
On first and 10 is Connor. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Black 20! Check, check 43! 36!
On first down, it's Connor. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. They're not ready for this, man. Hey, echo. Regular. Y'all play right up.
Dalton hovering near the goal line. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
44. Here you go. Nice.
Operating from the gun. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun to give to Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 16-yard line.
Mike. Up. 18. Come on.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Got a man open. It's Ross. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the year. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On 1st down, Connor going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
From just shy of midfield, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
230. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go, G.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Connor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. He'll try and run forward with Connor. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 8 yards in the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Like 80. Here we go.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Second down and goal. Roethlisberger toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But now it's third and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Go!
In your face.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. You better be afraid.
Throwing on second and 8. Dalton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. But now it'll be third down.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Now the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third and 8.
Here we go.
From the gun, Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
That's another Bengals
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Slam. Rush in. No. Off. Alert, flare. 6 guys.
On second and 11 now. Dalton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Again, a run with Connor. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Ebron. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Connor. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's Roethlisberger. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Here we go.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick-6. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Andy Dalton now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. Going to throw deep for the end. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Right, 54. Watch one. Out. Snickers, no spin. Black and turn.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air.